In this video, I'll guide you through how to update ClickUp so you're always using the latest version and layout, especially ClickUp 4.0. Even though ClickUp is a web-based tool and doesn't update like a traditional desktop app, there are a couple of simple things you can do if it looks like you're stuck on an older interface or features aren't showing up properly. Let's start with a quick bit of context. Because ClickUp runs in your browser, it's updated automatically on their servers. That means you don't have to download installers, run setup files, or check for updates inside the app. Normally, when you open ClickUp in your browser, you're already on the latest version, but sometimes your browser may hold on to older files in something called the cache. When that happens, the layout may look outdated or certain elements might not behave the way you expect. If you notice that your ClickUp doesn't match recent screenshots, tutorials, or the layout other people are seeing, there's a good chance your browser is loading an older cached version. The quickest way to fix that is by doing what's called a hard refresh. A hard refresh forces your browser to ignore the stored cache for that page and download all of the files fresh from the ClickUp servers. This is different from simply reloading the page with the usual refresh button or keyboard shortcut, which often still uses some cache data. Here's how to do it on Windows. First, make sure you're on the ClickUp page in your browser. You can be on any screen within ClickUp, such as your dashboard or a specific space. Then hold down the Control key on your keyboard, and while holding it, press the F5 key once. That combination, Control plus F5, tells most Windows browsers to perform a hard refresh. You might see the page go blank for a moment and then it will reload completely. On a Mac, the shortcut is slightly different. Again, make sure ClickUp is the active tab in your browser. Then hold down the Command key and the Shift key together and press R while keeping those keys held. So that's Command plus Shift plus R. Just like on Windows, the page will reload, but this time your browser is pulling in the newest version of the ClickUp code instead of relying on anything stored locally. After the page finishes reloading, take a moment to look around the interface. You should now be seeing the latest ClickUp 4.0 layout and any recent visual updates they've released. If you had visual glitches or things looked misaligned before, many of those issues are often resolved by this simple action. If you still don't see any changes, it may be worth closing your browser completely and opening it again, then returning to ClickUp and trying another hard refresh. Also, make sure your internet connection is stable because the browser needs to re-download all of the updated files. To recap, you don't update ClickUp like a normal app because it's always updated automatically in the cloud. But if you feel like you're stuck on an old layout, the solution is to clear out what your browser is holding onto by doing a hard refresh. On Windows, that's Control plus F5. On a Mac, it's Command plus Shift plus R. Use that whenever ClickUp looks out of date, and you'll be sure you're seeing the latest version available.